Is it? It's upside down. What is a peacock? It's making sense. This could be a coaster. This is going to be the most intricate hat I've ever made. Dude. I would like to dedicate this video to Pinterest. Thank you. This is a little far. Come closer. That's much better. Hello there, welcome or welcome back to my YouTube channel. It's Lewa baby. On today's episode of Inspired by Pinterest, I will be making a crochet hat. I don't know why whenever I'm about to start like a new project, I feel so intimidated at first and I'm like, I can't do that, but I can. This is called the splash hat. It's a very detailed pattern, okay? That's great, I love that, but it scared me. Here are the things that scared me about this pattern. The hook size is a 2.2 or 2.25 hook. I made a hat recently and that one I used, I think, a 4.25 millimeter hook. That's the smallest I was willing to go. Now I have to do a 2 point something. Scary. The idea of having to use 11 different colors to make a cohesive hat, that's scary. The third scariest thing about this pattern is the fact that I was seeing things that I've never done before. What is a peacock? We working in the back post, we working in the front post, we're doing puffs. What is an X stitch? What is an inverted Y stitch? The hat looks really cool because it's using all these different techniques and stitches, but every hat that I've made has been in double crochet, half double crochet, single crochet. That's the smallest I'll go. I feel like I should be able to get this done today. Why not? I got my coffee. I am determined to make this hat. So I have all my yarn and I am ready to start scheming. Color scheming, that is. The pattern has like a color scheme chart and it's like this, and it gives you 3 different types of color scheme options. So using the yarns that I got, I'm going to create my own color scheme. Scary. So I picked out my colors at least for the first 12 rows because depending on how it's going, I might change my mind. This is $1.49. This is why I have so many hooks. I'm like, they're so cheap. Why not? Look at this tiny little thing. So tiny. So tiny.
A few minutes later.
I lost my hook. I literally just opened it and it's so tiny. It's not funny anymore. Oh my gosh. So you're really just, oh. I found it. Anyways, how's your day going?
A few inches later.
This is only the first 3 rounds and I had to do the second round like 3 times because I just learned what a back post was. Last week I found out that there was a 3rd loop only and now I'm finding out that there's a front and back post. What's up with that? I had to learn how to do a back post double crochet and I also had to learn how to do a puff. Puffs are fun, but it's a lot. I'm also having like a little trouble pulling through my yarn and I realize it's because the yarn that I'm using requires a 5 millimeter hook and I'm using a 2 millimeter hook. I could have gotten the right yarn for this size hook, but I wouldn't have this many color options. The color's making me a little nervous, but I'm hoping it just like starts to look better. But I don't think I like it yet. This is my update after round 6. The good thing is the only new thing I had to learn was how to do a spike single crochet, which is cool. After I did round 4, I was like, okay, the color is coming back, and then I just finished round 6. It's lost me again. This actually is not as daunting as it seems. These are technically still fairly easy so far. I still haven't gotten to a peacock that might throw me for a loop, but so far, I'm doing okay. Reading is fundamental. This is how far I got before I realized where I had gone wrong. I'm not really even feeling this color palette. I think this green was throwing it off a lot. This is like very colorful. My eyes kind of hurt. At this point in the pattern, I think it said like it should measure about 4.5 inches. This is like 6 inches. And I was like, oh, this is a lot bigger than it's actually supposed to be. And that's with me using a 2 millimeter hook. Let me just stop while I'm here because I'm clearly not gonna end up with the right size. I actually Googled what fingering weight yarn is and I found out that fingering weight yarn is actually weight 0 or weight 1. Learn something new every day. I had some leftover yarn from this hat that I made. It's still not even small enough to achieve what I'm supposed to be achieving. So then I had some embroidery floss. This is actually too thin. Not only is it too thin, it's like really hard to work with because it's so like stringy. It's basically thread. I went back to the pattern and it suggests 100% mercerized cotton begonia by Yarn Art. The substitutes that it recommends are the French cotton by Hobie. I don't have Hobie time. I want to make the hat now. It's been like 3 days of me wanting to make this hat and I have not been able to get anywhere. I thought I could do this in a day. Is it? It's upside down. Look at what I got. Doop. This is an assortment of 100% mercerized Egyptian cotton yarn. There is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 30 different colors in here, which is insane because like I have choices. I have options. I'm pretty sure this requires a 1.5 millimeter hook, which is a little too small. So what I'm going to do is double up each color and use a 2.5 millimeter hook. So I've only done 7 rounds, but it looks so much better already. Look at it. First of all, it's really super teeny tiny. I think it being smaller yarn is making the colors mesh better. It doesn't look as crazy because the yarn is so thin. Although I do wish I would have used a different color than this pink here. Let's see how much more I can get done tonight. I'm already thinking this, but in all brown. There's a shade of brown in this kit that would look so good. I'm pretty sure this tiny little skein is going to be enough to make like an entire hat. It's making sense, you know? I'm also tucking in the back as I work just so I can just cut when I'm actually done. It was a little difficult at first, you know, my puffs look a little walky, but as it's getting bigger, it's becoming easier to work with. I can't believe I'm using a 2 millimeter hook, 2.25. That's also another update. Because of the way the skein is like wound, I couldn't find like a center pull and an end pull to do like 2 strings at a time. So I decided to just use the yarn as is and use a 2.25 hook. Just for a size comparison, this was where I was at when I was at round 9 using this yarn originally. Using the correct weight yarn, this is what I have. I wasn't even close to being in the right ballpark. Do you see this? This just looks like a giant doily. This could be a coaster. This is so dainty and cute. I love it. So now I have to learn what a front post triple crochet is. Actually, I think it's a front post treble crochet. I'm gonna YouTube that, learn what that is. At the very least tonight, I want to get to round 15 so I can be like, you're halfway there. Wait, is that half? No, baby. I need to get to round 18 for it to be halfway done because there's 36 rounds in total. I think I understand why I haven't seen too many of these types of hats, and it's because they're so intricate and they take forever to make.
Tomorrow.
I am proud to announce that I have done it yet again. Yay me! It's been a day or two and I kind of went a little crazy, forgot to record because I was just so into it, but I have some great news. I put it on a bust head so you can really see the level of intricacy and detail that I put into this hat, and also this is the reverse. Ta-da! Do we see how crazy this is? First things first, I'm gonna cut off all these ends. Thank goodness I was tucking them in as I was going because I could not imagine having to tuck this in. Also, it's like, it's so spacey. Where am I tucking it into really, if not like immediately the row right after? The craziest thing that I learned about this is the fact that it's actually not a picot stitch, it's a picot stitch. And you guys, do you know what a picot is? If you don't know, let me tell you. A picot is literally just a chain 3 and then slip stitching into the first chain. Why didn't they just say that? Why did they have to make up a fancy name for a picot? Was the picot the hardest thing I had to do? No, actually. The hardest thing I had to do, I believe, was, an inverted Y stitch, and I can't lie, that wasn't even that hard. After the inverted Y stitch, the next, like, more complicated thing I had to do was an X stitch, which starts off with an inverted Y stitch. I don't even know if it's inverted or inverse. I feel like it's inverted. Anyways, you start off with an inverted Y stitch, and then you do like an extra step, and it makes an X, which is really cool. Oh my gosh, I have to be so careful. I almost just like sliced the hat. Whoopsies. The hardest part about making this hat was definitely using such a small hook, because I actually had to pay attention into where the hook was going. Would I make this hat again? Yes, I totally would. I think this would look really cool. Like, it looks dope with all the different colors, but I feel like this would look insanely cool with one color, or like a monochrome look, different shades of the same color. That would look insane too. This is actually so crazy. I can't believe I made this. Dude. I used my 2 hands and a 2mm hook to make this. This is insane. I can't lie. This might be my best work to date. Wow. You know it's good when I'm even in awe of myself. This is crazy. I have the pattern pulled up again. I'm looking at the surface stitch. I don't think I want a surface stitch on the X. I like the X like that. Like, that looks cool. Like, I can't believe I was scared to do this. I really get down. When it comes to crochet, I do what I need to do. This is a message to everybody that's scared to start crocheting. Don't be scared. Just start. Even if you are scared, still start. You can be scared of the project, but don't be scared to start. This is proof that it'll all work out. Thank you so much for crocheting with me today. I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!